Northeast, Duval Pond Road. Mr. Thigpen, you wanna come and address that? You and Mr. Steve,
If you will pass these around, these are just for information. That's just an updated list of the paving priority for the state funded roads in the county and the county funded roads. We took out the roads that are completed. And that's just the roads that are left on that priority list, and we can add or subtract as we wish to. We do have Duval Pond Road, it'll be coming up for a state funded project. We should be getting a contract on that any day. The construction is slated for this fiscal year. The state fiscal year runs from July 1st to June the 30th. We feel like we probably need to do a maintenance map on that road. We may have some right-of-way issues for some extra width and what have you, but we need to establish, what we maintain now. That's what we're kind of asking today, is just to get approval for that maintenance map. I have got a quote from Bruce Washington and Company for doing that road would be $15,444.
Say that again,
The quote for doing the maintenance map was $15,444. It's $1.25 per foot.
You got that in your budget?
We don't normally set aside money specifically just for maintenance maps. I didn't get with Mr. Washington to see where we could take that money. We have some, I believe, in construction in progress. It may be possible. It's just a matter of, I believe in the total budget, we may have the funds, but we don't normally set aside a specific line item in the budget for maintenance maps.
Okay.
That may be something we need to consider.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to make a motion to start the process for this maintenance map. We have the funds available.
Okay, I have a motion to set aside funds to start this process. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor of?
Discussion.
Discussion, yes, sir.
Did I understand you to say this coming from state funds?
It's a state reimbursed project, that's correct.
Okay.
And they don't fund our portion of the maintenance.
It won't be for maintenance maps or any right-of-way issues, it's just for the construction of the road.
Okay. Scrap, Scott?
I believe that one is scrap. Is that correct, Bill? I'd have to go back and look at the contract.
Okay, no
It
problem.
does.
There's a little bit of, issues you have to meet in for each program we put.
Scrap is generally resurfacing.
Scott?
I think this
I
was,
think it's Scott.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think this was the road that the state paid a year or two ago and given it full. And now they're guaranteed that it'll be put back.
Yeah, I think they moved it back, 1 or 2 years. They did give us extra money when they did that,
Right.
to compensate for the increased cost.
So, Mr. Chairman, is the motion to go ahead and do the maintenance map, or is the motion to look at the budget and bring it back, we all decide if you got the money?
But I got a motion to start the process if the funds are available within the road department's budget.
We all understand the motion?
And that just being the 15,000 for the maintenance map.
That's correct. That is correct. Now, any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carried 5-0. Okay.
Mr. Chair, can I make
Yes,
one more
yes,
comment? Also keep in mind, Oak Hill Road from 150 to where we did the new pavement is scheduled for the following year for construction, so we may want to consider doing a maintenance map on that as well. We don't have to do that today, we could re-agenda it if you wish to.
What's the pleasure of the board?
Re-agenda?
Re-agenda?
Yeah.
Let's re-agenda later on. Okay. Anything else?
I believe that's all I have.
Okay. Okay, we'll go back to, I know there's a lot of people here that came to speak, some that didn't sign up on the initial, petition for public, but I'm gonna give, 3 minutes to each person that would like to come up and have a word to say, if you would, about the, proposed RV park. And we just leave that for discussion. She's here, she's here. Anybody else wanna get up? Mr. Norfleet.
Good morning.
Morning, Mike.
Mike Norfleet, born and raised here. Family has been here since 1800, started Smith Drug Store. I've been here, I love this community. I've had businesses in this community, and I like to see the community prosper and grow. And I'm a member of the country club, I'm a golfer, I'm an RVer. I'm actually washing an RV right now, a little late to the meeting. There are concerns about the RV park. The concern ought to be about the country club being able to maintain a prosperous business, or to start prosperous. In 1953, there were 100 members at that club. We had a 2-lane highway with Highway 9. There was no congestion. When I RV, 3 hours before I go into an RV campground, I know exactly where I'm gonna turn, and I'm driving 10 miles per hour, because you don't wanna turn around a 40-foot RV. The concern of quietness, 450-foot buffer is being offered. 25 foot's the only thing required. I understand concerns of noise. You cannot hear the air conditioner with the camper right beside you. We don't know if we're not gonna get the next businessman that comes into this community that likes Madison, just passing through, that can infuse money into this community. The money that will be brought to the businesses, to the restaurants that are struggling right now from campers, will be, it's already been discussed, $100,000 a month. That's at an average. I'll speak more at the next meeting, but I just really wish we would consider a business that is being proposed and professionally presented. It's time for us to kind of let go of some of these roads aren't ready and all this. Well, it's time to get them ready. And maybe that money brought to this community can help get them ready. We've got to improve the infrastructure, at least on the west side. We're losing businesses. I don't like to see things closed, restaurants closed. And if a golf course closes, I'm retired now. I know I'm one person, but there's several others. I'm not sticking around. That's my hobby. I don't hunt. That's my hobby. So I would love for y'all to consider that this is good business, and it's gonna be constructed very professionally. And it was already presented in a packet that proposed the number of sites. And this meeting should be about the additional 20, this next meeting. Nothing going back on what was presented. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Crawford. Would anyone else like to come speak? Raise your hand. Please say your name.
Gail.
Gail, come on, Mr. Dicker. Let me see you back there.
Thank you. I appreciate your service to this county. I would like to say that of the 2 people I have heard make an impassioned plea for this country club, neither of them live behind it. And if any of you would like to have an RV park that potentially 95 RVs, and you add all the people that would be in those RVs with a free pass to play golf, what I'd like to know is how often my husband and the other people who love that course would get to play golf. Would you like to go out and play golf when you've got people with kids who don't play golf out playing around on the course for free? And we learned last night they have a free pass right in their package. And if you would like to live behind a course like that, I think that you should vote for it and vote your conscience. If you can do that. But it's one reason we decided to come to Madison County was not only because our family was here, my daughter was here, and my grandchildren, who thought when they bought that land behind the course that they were gonna love to play golf, and they have. And I can tell you one thing, that course would have probably survived without their buying the course. My husband was on the board at the time. He did not vote to give that course away because he's a good businessman. He knew that was a bad deal. And he could see this coming. We have a great RV park located just a few miles down the road in a proper place, right off a major highway, and you do not have to drive through a residential section where there are a lot of poor people with no sidewalk, and the kids are out on the road, and people in wheelchairs that you drive. And I can tell you, a lot of really unhappy people left that terrible meeting last night where some were insulted without cause and hurt. And I heard my neighbors and people that I love who live back of that course really were, they were really, really upset with that hearing where you couldn't call it a hearing because they did listen to the people who spoke, but they did not honor the will of the people who matter, the people who will be affected. And I worked all my life for free after I lost my son, developing the first Boys and Girls Clubs in our region. I know what it's like to go in the homes of poor people, and I have walked in those neighborhoods over there where my friend Laura Coleman and Jeanette Mitchell live, and I can tell you how they feel. They do not want this. They don't want their children at risk on that road. They don't want, they're already at risk from school buses that drive down that road all the time. This is a bad idea. And I think you know better. And I thank you for honoring us the other times we have come before this board, for doing the right thing for this county. I'll tell you, when we were fighting for the coal plants that are now considered a dinosaur by many, it's New Energy,